But yet, when the author takes you up on the roofs where he's making decisions on who to shoot, you know, it takes the reader into a new world that you know, he can appreciate.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I did try that based on my experience in weapons, my PhD, my awards, whatever, but I couldn't penetrate the establishment. I mean, I don't have the slightest idea how you get reviewed by the New York Times. But.
And the award that you won from, I guess it was the CIA, the director of the CIA, the Intelligence Award.
Yes.
Intelligence Achievement Award.
Yes.
Was, I mean, that's so impressive.
Oh, thank
and
you.
one would think that, I agree with you, but I have to say this, that what I have learned is that the publishing industry is the most difficult industry to break into. And I like to use this analogy. You go into a bookstore or a library and you are surrounded by thousands and thousands of books. How many of those books in the bookstore are sold every day? How many of those books in the library are taken out every day? So this is your competition. I mean, these are, it is a very, very difficult field. But I'm going to read some of your reviews because I think your reviews are absolutely terrific. At the end is a fascinating account of the largely unexplored era of Cold War nuclear weapons development and testing when enormous numbers of special-purpose warheads were designed, developed, tested, and deployed in the race to retain nuclear supremacy over the Soviet Union. A must-read for technology and Cold War buffs. And this is by James A. Lake, PhD, Associate Laboratory Director for Nuclear Programs, Idaho National Laboratories, and past President, American Nuclear Society. A fascinating behind-the-scenes look at a unique group of people who tirelessly worked to preserve the freedoms and very existence of the West during the Cold War. The novel gives insights to some of those unsung Cold War warriors who toiled unknown and in isolation while each day accepting risks that could end their lives. These men preserved freedom with computers and measuring devices by creating our nuclear arsenal. This is Brian O'Grady, Information Technology Specialist with the U.S. Marine Corps. This is a thought-provoking narrative rooted in the author's years of experience with underground testing of the devastating nuclear weapons that are now part of the U.S. enduring stockpile. One is captured by the insider's view of technical experts under pressure amid the tensions of the Cold War to carry out crucial, dangerous scientific experiments in a remote and desolate environment with huge stakes riding on the outcomes of each test, with no room for mistakes and with all the distractions of an enterprise riddled with huge egos and contradictory opinions. And this is so timely. I mean, what are we talking about now? We're again faced in history with the possibility of nuclear weapons being used. I mean, and not by us, but against us. And so I think this is extremely timely, and I would think an agent would jump on this, and I think when you have this show in your hand, you should send it out to,
all right, thank you.
your agents. Are you going to write another book about this? Have you got an idea for another book?
Well, when you introduced me, the timing was a little wrong. My work at Los Alamos was in producing the nuclear stockpile, but the intelligence work was under Reagan, and it led to the end of the Cold War. It's hard to write about intelligence work without getting into trouble. So I don't know if that's really open.
You must have had like the highest clearance security that the government gives to do what you did.
Well, it's more than that. You can have
the clearance. What do you mean by more than that?
Well, then there are accesses, compartments, and well, they're controlled. I mean, I didn't have much to do with human sources, but you know, if you ask if we have any spies in Iran,
Well, you
I don't
shouldn't
care.
ever tell me, please don't.
Well, no, I don't know if we do either. But I'm saying you're not going to find out even if you have the clearance. You have to be physically involved in that kind of collection.
Yeah.
But no, I was more involved in the satellites and
The technical end on this side of the
yes.
of the world, shall we say? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So no, you weren't a spy. I didn't expect that. I didn't think you were.
Analyst is the term.
Yeah, I didn't think you were a spy. I kind of knew that, but I was thinking in terms of your entire career, you had to have a really high security clearance.
Yes.
And what amazes me is how many people were involved in all these projects, and they all had to have the same security clearance, and that they're all very loyal and quiet, or most of them are, to the best of our knowledge.
Right.
So,
No, you're right. There must have been millions, and that includes the military who operate all kinds of special equipment that is kept,
yeah.
Classified.
Yeah, so, but it's a good thing that secrets are kept. So do you think that intelligence work during the Reagan years would inspire a book, a spy novel, a new 007?
Well, my area had to do with, it was called Advanced Concepts. It was the Star Wars, and especially any nuclear-driven concepts. Edward Teller was pushing that at Livermore, the X-ray laser, and actually he was somebody that was always pushing the community. Anyway, I'll think about it, but it's difficult to do an intelligence book.
Yeah, books aren't easy. Books aren't easy. Do you have a hint, a special hint for writers, new writers, old writers?
No, I think that self-publishing, which also is distributed through online services like Amazon, gives everybody the chance to create something. And if you do that, the fee is probably less than a month of your salary and can save you years of trying to find a publisher, whatever.
Well, thank you very much. This was a very interesting interview.
Thank you.
And now I know somebody with top security clearance. I'm so excited.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Leon.
Thank you.
It was a great interview.
Thank you.